The Chicago Bears are being given quite a bit of bulletin board material, and the season isn't even close to happening yet. What's going on, everybody? My name is Philip Charles VanDerHeyden IV, a.k.a. Philly the Fourth. I'm here with you today on Chicago Bears Breeze to talk about some new rankings. I know this is what I've been talking about a lot lately, but look, it's a dead period. This is where we got to piece. We got to figure out where the Bears. What kind of motivation can they cling to? What bulletin board material are they being given? What can they use as fuel? Obviously, as professionals, they're all going to be ideally, motivated as it is. But with a guy like Ben Johnson, he's going to find ways to motivate this team. And I would be surprised if he's not using these rankings that people have been consistently putting out, where the Bears are not, they're being kind of talked about as middle of the pack for specific players that are not middle of the pack, if you ask me. Now, there was a mixed result with Darnell Wright recently. Jordan Sigler wrote two of these articles that I'm referencing today. One of them was about Darnell Wright, and it talked about how fourth-year Darnell Wright has been consistently one of the Bears' better offensive linemen since he was drafted in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Here in his first Pro Bowl appearance last season, despite playing through a shoulder injury, and was graded as the number 14 best offensive tackle by Pro Football Focus. However, in a survey of NFL executives, coaches, and scouts conducted by Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, Wright ranked as the number 6 best offensive tackle in the league. Here in a 95.2% pass block win rate, but some around the league think he needs to develop a higher motor this season. I don't see a consistently high motor, an NFL defensive coach told Fowler. That's the next step for him, getting that up. Really? I mean, Darnell Wright doesn't have a high motor. I don't know about that. I mean, I think that number 6 ranking is a lot more apropos than that number 14 ranking. That's a big difference. There's a big difference. 8 offensive tackles difference between Pro Football Focus and this anonymous survey. So what do you do with that? I mean, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm like, hey, dude, Pro Football Focus thinks you're mid. You're mid as hell. What are you going to do about that? I mean, it's textbook. Darnell Wright's going to stay a long time in Chicago. He's been phenomenal. A lot of people like to bag on Ryan Poles for everything he does wrong, but nobody likes to really give him credit when he does things right. Darnell Wright was one of the best choices he's made in the NFL drafts. He's consistently been good in the higher rounds. And for whatever reason, he's just consistently, dismissed. But we also got another ranking for Colston Loveland that might have given him more bulletin board material, as written here by Jordan Sigler. In an ESPN survey from the executive scouts and coaches, Loveland was ranked as the number 7 tight end in the league coming into the 2026 campaign, 2 spots behind Tyler Warren, which seems disrespectful given that Loveland was dealing with more trying circumstances than the Colts tight end. Loveland had to split targets with Rome Odunze, Moore, Burden, and Cole Kmet, whereas the Colts only had Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman Jr. as threats to take targets from Warren. So, I mean, look, these points are all valid. My thing is, how can anybody watch? Tyler Warren is a good football player. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't even come close to offering the kind of stretch verticality down the field that Colston Loveland offered. If you're going to rank the whole season, if you're ranking it on the whole season, then I guess I can see why you might do this. But if you're actually just ranking who you think is the best, you have to look at the back half of last year and see that Loveland went on a tear that could lead him to being one of the top 3 tight ends in the league if he continues that statistical performance. So I don't understand how anybody could justify him being behind Warren. If I'm talking Colston Loveland, again, I'm telling him, if anybody thinks he's anything less than number 3, that's disrespect to you, brother. What do? You got to do something about that. You got to shut these people up. They think that you're the 7th best tight end after you couldn't be stopped in the second half of last year. Literally took over games. Dude, That's easy. Put that, smack it right on his locker. Have a good one, man. But finally, we've got the one that I think that Ben himself is going to take into consideration, and that's this: PFF's top 10 NFL head coaches. And guess what? There's not a single Bear on the list. No Ben Johnson. We do get Matt LaFleur and Dan Campbell. No Ben Johnson. I get it. Ben's only been a head coach for 1 year. But really, DeMeco Ryans? Like, what has DeMeco Ryans done to be over Ben? Please, someone enlighten me. I mean, Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. Don't get me wrong. I believe in him. But, like, he hasn't done anything with the Chargers. Like, that's, like, literally, like, a lifetime achievement ranking for him. I mean, what else do we got here? I guess Mike Vrabel, that makes sense. He was in the Super Bowl. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, Sean Payton, again, that's a lifetime achievement award. I guess they did go far. That's true. But, like, was it because of him? I mean, or is it because of that defense? And that's not his bag. Like, he's not a defensive guy. I don't know. I think that Ben Johnson's impact on this franchise was enormous last season. And the fact that he isn't considered one of the top 10 coaches, that's disrespect. Ben should be pissed off, working out, getting his pump, getting his iron in. Just mad as hell that someone doesn't think he's a top 10 NFL head coach. It's all right though, Coach Johnson. We're gonna fix that this season. Now, do it for this episode of Chicago Bears Breeze. I apologize that I've been gone for the last week, you guys. I was out of town in San Francisco. I didn't have it's a long story. I was out of my resources. I had no way to post. I'm sorry about that, but I am back, and I'll be here every day moving forward. I'm going to be working to try and bring you guys some more collabs. If you missed it, make sure you go back and check out my episode with Rashab, a.k.a. The Windy City Productions, on my last episode of Chicago Bears Breeze. I believe it was last Thursday. Not this past Thursday, Thursday before. But that'll do it, my friends. I cannot wait for football to come back. I'm chomping at the bit for some Bears football because, look, everything is great. I love sports, love everything that's going on. Life is better when the Chicago Bears are playing football. That's it. End of story. That'll do it for this episode, my friends. As always, long live the Chicago Bears, but most importantly, long live you, Breeze Nation. My name is Philip Charles VanDerHeyden IV, a.k.a. Philly the Fourth, and it's bear down, baby.